So let's install Private GPT. Now, Private GPT is a production-ready AI project that allows you to interact with your documents, ask questions, either it be PDF, Word, Excel, and it's using the power of large language models, 100% private, and supposedly there's no data that actually leaks out of this platform. So first off, special shout out to Xylon-AI for actually creating this platform. And it's pretty popular on GitHub. It has about 51K stars, and it's being forked at about 6.8K. And there are a lot of users that are watching the updates as I make this video. So to install it, which I already have installed it onto my OS, and believe it or not, it took me quite some time. I'm not a coder. I'm just a AI influencer, and I'm excited about this stuff. So by all means, it took me quite some time. But you know, in order to install it, you would have to click on the docs privategpt.dev, and I already have that up and running right now. So what you're going to see here is you're going to have several tabs on the left: the overview, installation, manual, recipes, API reference, and then getting started section. So I mainly focused on the installation section, and honestly, I try to follow as much as I can, but it took me, like I said, it took me quite some time. So I didn't really record the actual steps that I actually installed it with, but I wanted to show the output of Private GPT and what it can do. So let's apologize for that. Let's go into documents and start off with the installation. So the base requirements to run it is you can either do two methods. You can either use the command and you use this code right here, git clone, and then cd into the file. Um, you need to have Python 3.11, and make sure you install that. And you also got to install or run a virtual environment using Conda or Python. That's pretty easy to use up, and it's user friendly to me. So from there, you need to install Poetry. So you would do pip install Poetry. Once that's done, you would have to install Make. Now, depending on your OS, which in my case it's Windows, I used Chocolatey, and I had that installed on my computer. So I just went into PowerShell, and I just pasted this code into the PowerShell terminal. So once that's done, we would have to install and run the setup. So with this here, since I have a Windows, um, I copied this right here, which is poetry install dash dash extras, open open quotation, and then the extra, and then I just left this one out. And what I did was I'm using Llama, so I replaced the extra one with Llama with the LLMS dash O Llama. So from there, I scroll down. Now I tried both of these examples, and the only one that actually worked is the PowerShell. And what I did was I just pressed the copy the clipboard, and I went back to VS Code, and I pasted on there. It went through the installation, and then from there, I stopped there. There are more options as far as installing it and running it. And you can run it using SageMaker, which I haven't done at all. And then in order to access Private GPT, you would have to click on the local host, which is available right here. You can even do OpenAI's, which is a non-private one, but you have to use your OpenAI key. And then you can use Azure OpenAI, and then Llama CPP, And then if you have the NVIDIA GPU, you're able to run it through that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the output of me running it. So we're going to copy this to the clipboard and we're going to paste this. Now I'm running a 4-year-old laptop. I just upgraded it to about 64 gigs of RAM, 4 cores, CPU with about 4 terabytes of SSD drive. So it's still fairly slow, but it's it's doable. So right now it's actually running the application and it's using Olama. Now as this is getting in, this is starting up. Um, the benefits of using Private GPT is interacting with your documents privately, because majority of the times you're using open source um, uh, platforms, and a lot of your information can get spread around. So just keep that in mind, and why this is pretty cool to use. Right? So progressing on. All right. So now the local host is running. So let's click on that. You would do control click, open this up. Now, since that didn't work, we'll go back and click on Private GPT, which was the local host that is available in the documents website. So if you see this local host loading up just like you see here, that means you successfully installed it on your OS. All right, so this is Private GPT. You can run it using your API, or you can build with Gradio. So let me know how it works out for you. Like I said, I would love to walk through the installation portion. Maybe I will at a later time, but like I said, it took me quite some time to install this, but I'm really happy it got installed. But leave your comments down below. Just let me know about how you installed it, the best ways to install it, and yeah, just leave a few tips. Thank you, and we'll see you again on our next video.